Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to see you all. You went live early? I thought you went to sleep. Dude, I actually didn't want to stream today because I've been out so long and so much walking this week. But here we are, guys. Here we are. That was a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. I would like to watch them a little bit today and maybe catch up on a few things. I got some pictures. This was me and Moose meeting up. Dude, Moose is tall. This guy's like 6'4". He makes me look short. And the talking of short, Tyler is a little cute teddy bear, guys. Cute little teddy bear. He's so tall IRL, guys. There's Bean, Moose, and I. We got some cowboy hat from the merch store. It was nice. And then this was Ivan. He gave me a little gancito. He always talked about this when we played hardcore, and he got me one. He's also holding the flag upside down. And then here's Guzu, of course. He came to TwitchCon. He was crashing out though, so I don't want to show that video. He's a little bit weird. This after Tyler died. We went up to give him some flowers. Dude, that last raid was fun. That was a good closure. And then before the raid... Hi, what's up guys? My name is Bean. Okay, the reason why I came over here was because... I went to use the restroom and Bean was on my computer like hacker manning. He was like... And he was trying to do something bad. So I ran over. Hi, what's up guys? My name is Bean. Hi, what's up guys? It's Piers.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? What? Bro! Hello?
Bro. He can't even put his hand.
Yo, Ampy!
He's selling Ampy right away. Yo, Ampy's having something in my trinket. Oh my god. And then I let him delete my character for that, which I was fine with. It was our last raid, guys, so it's not like a biggie, right?
With the helmet of 10 stones.
Guys.
Oh wait, I wanted to see this too.
Fuck Savix for deleting my Briarwood. I'm deleting his character.
What?
Oh, he was hot miking too. My Storm's like, what? Oh my god, man. Yeah, Dubby's in the chat. Yo, B! Yo, my gold! I didn't get the gold out! Man! I didn't... Oh, shit. I need to revive this because I was supposed to give gold to Renzig. Yeah, that was funny though. This was when Blizzard took Tonka back up there to kill him, right?
Wait a minute, guys. I have this like huge fire. It's called Any Heart. Or do you might know them?
Dude, what is this monitor? It's like squeezed.
Wait, don't. I'm now getting flames. I can't actually.
Wait, are you guys going to a talk?
You dare rise again?
There's some RP. There's some. Wait, I can't accept the summon.
I was scorched to bone.
And scatter. Wait, there's actually lore here. Scatter your ashes to the wind.
This is kind of cool that Blizzard did this.
What is the guy that killed me? Guys, yo,
Where did they go?
I am
I should
falling from great heights here. Can I lip? Can I lip? Can I lip? Can I lip? Can I lip?
He says lip, and he's pressing
Nah, bro, I'm dead.
this
I'm actually
motion.
dead. I'm dead. I can't lip, you idiot! And I died.
Damn.
Save him!
Come on! Like,
Dude, this event would have been even more cinema if his headset was working properly and the monitors were. Something was like, there's some big technical issue there. It was so bad. Savix deletes bin trinket during Dreamhack WoW. Holy, what are the people saying? Savix is so based. Deserves. Damn. Alright, I mean, they like it, guys. W's in the chat. Oh. We did that already. Is that it? Is there any other clips? Bean chose to come at the last minute, like last 3 days he told me he's coming, and Moose like chose to come on the last like 7 days, so I already bought my tickets. Maybe like 3 weeks ago, so I didn't get to hang out with them at the barbecue. However, we got to this crazy barbecue place, and man, that food was so good. No more track and cooldown. A party in future. Game director. Incoming heals won't be trackable? Wait, does this mean, like, say this is my health bar? Usually when somebody's casting a heal, it shows that it's about to heal this much. Wait, that part is gone? I kind of like that one. Damn. No tracking group ability or player cooldowns. Wait, so they're removing ability to track any like party members cooldowns? Wait a second, I'm kind of in the mixture here because I like these two. What I don't like is when the DBM says like run away little girl, or when you're standing on something it goes like bink bink bink, or you tracking like enemy cooldowns in arena. I don't like that stuff, but I feel like being able to see your party members cooldowns fine usually. And this also makes it where you know they're not lying, because some people say like, oh, I used defensive, and then I could clearly see he didn't use it, right? But I guess we have to trust their words now, and they get to get away with lying more. No tracking specialized buff or debuff. These should be built into default UI. Okay. The same is true for tank swap. If they're building an encounter that requires taunting for 4 sack, the game should be better about giving the players that information. Okay. Send another crowd control diminishing return. Also be more visible. Okay. PvP Addon might still let you know what classes you're facing, but tell you what the cooldown's been used.
Trick add-ons.
Okay. Visual customization, nameplate style, and scale is still allowed, but conditional logic. Okay. Auction house quest. So how will they... I mean, I'm obviously happy about most of the changes. I don't like that we could track every single ability that the enemies have. However, Bean made a good point, and I agree with him. He says there's too much bloat in retail WoW, so he doesn't know half of the ability. And I told him that's because we have allowed add-ons so long that WoW has bended its law to be formulated around the add-ons. Like raiding 2, I feel like raid got harder because we've allowed add-ons this far. So you know, they made it harder knowing that we would use add-on. Same thing in PvP. I feel like there's so much like visual clutters and abilities that, you know, up the bar a little bit. Everyone has everything as well. If they want to make the game better, they need to prune a little bit, but pruning is never fun for anybody. It's like they give me speed of light or long arm of the law and they take it away. I'm not going to be happy, right? So I don't know how they're going to deal with this stuff. But this is a good step. I like not having all these shit on my screen. However, what is it going to come down to? Are people just going to be like Final Fantasy where they use it like on a low-key thing and those guys get to use it and just be better? Or are they going to put like an anti-cheat system where it filters out very, very well? Because they need to be able to do that. If it's like FF, everyone that just plays off-stream in Arena or World First Race, they're going to have that edge over people. Like FF, every world first racers, they never like stream their POV because these guys have like helicopter POV add-ons and everyone's like cooking them shit on the side. Kind of like the Mythic Raiders where they have like their own chefs and cooks that cooks them all the add-ons, right? So if they have a way to like use this in that way, yeah, I wouldn't like that. They would have to change the netcode because I've logged in already, pack it, I know what's happening. Yeah, I think this is overall good. I hope they just filter it better. Or maybe they just have a system where you have to like apply for the add-on and if it gets approved, they have like Blizzard has its own add-on downloading UI where you could get it from that. So anyone that makes an add-on would have to go through Blizzard for them to check it and then they approve it. Is that likely going to happen? Probably not. It's a lot of work for them. I mean, cool. I'm down for it. Let's see how it goes, right? Yeah, a lot of people are very reliant on add-ons and UI. For me, I think changing or customizing the way your UI looks, that's fine. What I don't like is people tracking every enemy cooldown or Gladius, LOS, that type of stuff. I know Bean was talking about like Sea-Doo having a spaceship, Robocop 5000, AI, ChatGPT, Addon UI. Like, that stuff is too much for me. And I feel like Bean doesn't, or Sea-Doo doesn't even need that. He's good enough. It's just you get an edge if you use these add-ons, right? Versus the people that don't. Is the reason why everyone starts using it. Because if you don't use it, you're just putting yourself at a disadvantage. So I too, at a certain point, started using it. But I used to be like an add-on hater with my brother until like WoD. But then I realized like everyone has Omni CC, tracking everyone's cooldown so you can prepare better. Like everyone starts getting it. But I think this will, removing this at least for PvP, will show significantly who are better at visualizing the game and not relying on the add-ons. I know there's so many people that rely on add-ons right now. In my opinion, no add-on at all in hardcore. Play it like 2004. I would want questy. I would like some quality of life stuff. I don't mind like quest helpers and whatnot. I just don't like when you're doing raid and it calls out every single thing for you, right? That type of stuff. But if they want to remove that, I'm totally with it. Like I'll use it until they like remove it. I'm fine with that.
When the World Soul Saga was announced, immediately I thought, WoW 2 is coming. And it's been a pretty hot topic in my circles for a while now. I was even asked about it at my recent Blizzard trip to Boston. However, it has caused some confusion as to what WoW 2 would mean for our beloved 20-year-old MMO. And the weird thing is, it's kind of already happening. Let's take a look. I'm not going to BS you and say I've confirmed or leaked info. We don't. It's speculative for sure, but there is so much evidence to suggest that something may be in the works. The World Soul Saga itself having a definite endpoint, and that the final expansion, The Last Titan, probably being Azeroth, might actually cause the destruction of some or even part of the planet. All right.
I've been saying it with this part. I want it just something happens in the vortex and this World of Warcraft world like breaks apart, and then we get WoW 2 and it starts fresh from classic WoW, but in like a newer version, kind of like, you know, Final Fantasy 7 remake, that for classic, just like the same story but, you know, new elements and whatnot. Oh my goodness. And then maybe make it where we could talk to Chromie and we could, you know, I don't know. That part's kind of iffy. But I would like it. I wouldn't mind, but I think a lot of people want to keep their mount in transmog. So maybe they could keep it. Maybe they could get access to it after they get 60. But they would have to level 1 from 60. Yeah.
Time for a lore catch-up. Okay, in the beginning, there were Titans. They are huge, and they all live friendly, held hands, a lot of flowers going on. But then, one of them got mad. See Brownbeard? Boom, Sargeras, yeah? Got horns. He was mad, wrecked all their bodies, but trapped fragments of them in the big suck. And then, we come along, muscle-bound. What did we do? Sucked off Sargeras, yeah? Straight to the Shadow Realm with you, still around though, Illidan coming back. And then, Baby Bean. Azeroth itself is a world soul. Where do Titans come from? Boom, baby beans. And that's in the middle of our planet. What does that mean when the last Titan approaches? Bang. Everything's gonna break. That's how you do lore. Screw you, Nobble.
Yeah, this is kind of exactly what I thought. I've been telling you guys about it too.
20 years
I
has
guess we all have the
amassed
same vision.
a lot of geographical space that, let's face it, in the retail version of the game is basically empty. So a little catastrophic destruction wouldn't be the end of the world, literally. And with things like the Caverns of Time existing to go back and do the older content when players want, it's all good. All that is to say, if you were going to do something spectacular, then the end of the World Soul Saga fits quite nicely, doesn't it? Which brings us to WoW 2. Now, since the discussion started, there have been quite a lot of suggestions and confusion on just how that would happen. Would it be a different launcher? Would there be new characters to make? Would it be like FF14, where they literally destroyed the game and a new one launched that was entirely different? Would it be like
How many of you guys would be okay with this if they just launched a new one? I mean, most of my viewers are classic, so I feel like they wouldn't care, but I know retail players, they will care because all the mouse titles and transmogs they farmed. Like I said, maybe make them go from 1 through 60 and then you could start using the transmog and mounts, but don't let them use it before that. I also strongly dislike, I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't like where level 2 or 5 could transmog into everything. I liked it when there was a level cap for a certain, transmogs you could use and whatnot. I hate seeing like a level 5 run around with. Grand Marshal said it feels weird. Yeah, that part I don't like. So I guess type 1 if you guys don't care if they do a reset. Type 2 if you would like to keep your mounts and transmogs. I wouldn't mind either or. I don't want to push for a strong agenda here. Okay, a lot of 1s, a few 2s. Okay. Bomb this whole fucking planet. Okay. I mean, yeah. Okay. I see it.
Overwatch, forcing everyone to move over to Overwatch 2. Maybe it's even got some FPS component or something. As crazy as it may sound, it's understandable where these ideas have come.
Yeah, I get it, because some of you guys like spent years farming these gears, right? Or titles, so it would suck to lose them all. Yeah, maybe they could make it where if a special way you could use it.
For years, people have been making all kinds of wonderful WoW-inspired content using tech that isn't over 20 years old at this point. And I'm sure many of you have seen recreations of your favorite zones made in Unreal Engine, with gorgeous lighting, fully voiced,
Damn, this looks kind of cool.
even looking at Blizzard's advanced animation techniques that we know they're capable of. Before we go into that though, the question always comes up, why? Why would there even be a WoW 2? Well, pick your poison. There's no way in hell Morhaime and the squad expected their game that they made all those years ago to be still up and running. And it's pretty clear, the speed bumps are over for now. It isn't going away anytime soon, so it makes sense to start planning for another 20 years. I apologize to my OGs for what's about to happen, and to the people who are now playing WoW who were born after it came out. This isn't going to be pretty. Do you realize just how old World of Warcraft is? We say 2004, but do you know that's the year that Half-Life 2 came out? Halo 2? Metal Gear Solid 3, which is now about to get its fifth revision of the game. If that doesn't make you feel old, let me do this for you. Doom: The Dark Ages just came out and people are ripping and tearing all the way through. Do you know in 2004 though, Doom 3 came out. A game so advanced that it couldn't even run on most people's PCs at all. Still not enough? Okay. Last week, as of recording this, we got the big reveal of GTA 6 coming next year and what it looks like. In 2004, along with its marketing of some of the best, most realistic graphics out there, GTA San Andreas came out. Look at them side by side, my friends. 20 years is a really long time in tech.
Yeah, WoW has been the same.
Problems with current WoW are pretty obvious, right? For the most part, the game runs decently, but then, I'm not going to be rolling dice
Dude, he
again
looks so much better now.
here, but you guys have done
Good
a
for
world
him.
boss. Whole game just falls apart. It's in fact gotten so
Oh my
bad
God, I
that
remember
30-man
doing this with you
Ansarek was
guys.
essentially unplayable for many people. WoW was known for a long time as the
I
seed-
loved this fight. This fight was so fun. We just had like a couple idiots, maybe 2 or 3, that kept fucking up the same mechanic, and everyone in my group was about on the verge of crashing out. I think Miso was about to crash out, Crab was about to crash out, everyone. All the good players that never make a mistake, they're about to crash out. And they're like, Savage, you gotta kick them out or I'm gonna leave. But I hate kicking people out, you know?
seamless world with no loading
Yeah, couple
screens.
haircut
Now,
Andys.
well, we load screen every couple of seconds.
Yeah, week 1
The
ahead
Race
of the
to World
curve,
First,
baby.
not only do the Raiders get top-of-the-line PCs, but they have all these weird rules, such as relogging or restarting every couple of hours to clear out cache and reset memory and things, as it has dramatic performance loss if you are playing WoW for a few hours. Silly things have been a nightmare to change. the backpack size.
Did I crash out?
Like the entire original code was built on the
I
back
guess a
of it.
mini one.
Or the struggles they've
I don't
had over
crash
the
out that
years with
hard.
multi-core performance, which has grown, don't get me wrong, by leaps and bounds over the last decades. They have done some phenomenal upkeep and updates over the years, but the issues, they're
I
all
kinda
there for
miss
people to
retail.
see, and I'm sure you can name
Retail,
1,000 more.
raids.
With that said, let's have the grand reveal. What, in my opinion, would WoW 2 look like? Well, here's a screenshot of World of Warcraft today in retail.
Okay.
And here is what WoW 2 would likely look like. When we're discussing WoW 2, it's not about the graphics.
What the
WoW's graphics
hell?
can always be better, but the style has been pretty timeless.
Nah, dude. I guess it's too much work. Type 1 if you want this to be WoW 2 graphic, or type 1 if you want this to be WoW 2 graphic, or type 2 if you want like a revamped, newer version. You know what I mean, guys? Dude, 2 all the way, baby. What are we talking about, guys? Shush. In between 1 and 2, sure. In between 1 and 2. I wouldn't want them to like change it crazily, but I would love like new graphic, right? Keep it OG. Mother sucker, if you want to play OG, go suck your little juicer, little juice bottle in classic 2004 private servers, alright? I'm sick of looking like a little Play-Doh. You little hashtag no changers. It's like freaking Index. That guy's like, oh, I love Red Paladin in classic WoW. And he's like pressing one button. He's just like standing auto attacking. Psh, psh. I'm like, bro, don't you want Divine Storm and Crusaders? Like, he's like, no, this is the best form of it. And he's like bottom DPS, like number 39. It's like, bro, how are you enjoying this? This is a psychopath Elysium. It's crazy.
Likely look like.
Crazy.
When we're discussing WoW 2, it's not about the graphics. WoW's graphics can always be better, but the style has been pretty timeless. When showing you Grand Theft Auto earlier, the comparison doesn't really fit with something like WoW. More importantly, MMOs are like a comfortable blanket for a lot of players. A dramatic shift in appearance and style would likely not be welcome. Hell, dude, we've seen this so many times. People lost their minds at the updated character models a few years.
I think this looks way better than that.
People lost
I don't care. Okay, this is my own opinion. Everyone has a different opinion, but
their minds.
This looks better. What I don't like is when you do like slash dance, they make like these like silly faces and over exaggerated stuff. And maybe some of the walking are like a little too bouncy because they just want to show more emphasis on the, you know, animations. Outside of that, I think the models are great. Right? Outside of the bouncy shit and whatnot, like the texture is much better.
Their mind.
The texture is so much better.
The updated character models a few years back, myself included. My Tauren used to look way meaner and angrier than this.
Yes, I know what you mean. Some of them look too goofy and whatnot, but
goofy face thing.
Yeah.
No. The idea of WoW 2 is primarily back-end. To allow the game to do all the things.
New animation. Make it look like Elden Ring, you know? Make them look a little bit chipper and strong and fierce.
They wish it could do and may want to do in the future without it being hamstrung by literally decades of old design. And that is what leads me to the next point. It's kind of already happening. Dragon riding and the new housing function that I got to...
we're getting new housing. We're actually never going to get new graphic because we're getting housing. This is new. They're not going to do... Yeah, it's over, guys.
Test should not exist.
I forgot
Housing in
about
particular was a feature I've talked to people at
I think
Blizzard
housing
about
looks
since
awesome.
2016. The message was always the same regardless. It just can't be done in a way that makes it what the players want and expect. The game simply cannot do it. Well, just a week ago, I played it. It works. And it shouldn't. So how was it done? Look, man.
I think the housing
when
is cool.
devs speak to me about this stuff, they rightly regard me like a child who cannot fathom that it is possible to connect two shoelaces together in a way that stay tied, and rightly so.
Yeah,
I don't know about
to make the RPS really
But essentially
happy.
I asked, how did you do it? How is this possible? How is dragon riding possible? It's not just the player in the 3D
it's good to
space,
see you,
but
buddy.
faster, which is basically what
I like
normal
being
mounts are. The answer was essentially,
I F with him.
well, it wasn't. Until someone figured something out
What is
a
his
few
name?
years ago,
Cheeky Warrior?
and now it's here. Cool. All right.
So
But here's
it's
the important bit in this
preacher.
statement that I got years ago. Often people don't really understand how long in the making things are. Blizzard has been working quietly, discreetly, on major additions for the game for literal years before it ever sees the light of day, and God knows how many they've scrapped. And an overhaul of WoW could very well fall into that category. Now, I know many of you are thinking, what's the point in making the same finished product that we see in game again? Well, this is actually happening, and I'm really not going to be chortling the balls here of FF14, but there's a prime example happening right now that is very relevant to what we're talking about, so bear with me here. FF14 is coming to mobile. That's right, the entire MMO, cutscenes, audio, the whole thing is going to be available on a mobile phone.
Damn,
now, here's the
everyone's going
thing,
mobile
it's
these
being
days.
rebuilt, similar to what we're talking about here, by a different company to visually come across as the same, but they're changing the foundation. They're changing their...
You know what's crazy, guys? There's like an add-on where they like change skins to make arts and whatnot. And those models look so much better than the ones in-game. And I bet you like most of the FF people will agree. Like they have like these crazy add-ons or something. I don't know what you call it, but they like have a reskin for all the characters and it looks so much better. I don't know how they're doing a better job than like the game dev.
Infrastructure at the very base, which is
Is it
allowing
reshade? Yeah, I
the
don't know what it
mobile
is, but-
version to do things that the main game
mean this
cannot.
ERP? No,
I know that
not
sounds
those weird
crazy,
ones.
but it is
Not the
exactly
weird
what's
ones.
happening, and it's causing a lot of issues in the FF14 community because they're like, wait, the mobile version in some ways is better than the console and PC version. A simple example would be dyeing armor. You can dye your armor in FF14's main game. You
Okay.
can do it with 2 different colors. You can change them around to whatever you want. The mobile version allows for 16 different dye channels on your armor.
Dude, this is like League of Legends. Isn't League better in terms of graphic in the phone version, right? Fox, what's up? Hello, hello. And the graphics look better on the mobile, which is crazy. Can we get a scene of that? League Mobile versus Legend. Man, somebody showed me a video of it. It was crazy. Was it this one?
My way.
Bro, this is phone and this is computer. What? What? How? I guess it's because they built on a fresh new engine, right? Yeah, it's like every character though. Like that is... You know? That's crazy. Look at the difference. Anyways, yeah, phone game is like OP right now. And I guess FF is doing a phone version too and it's better.
You can customize the buttons, the lapels, the logos, all sorts of things. Now, here's the weird thing. That actually exists in the main game in a form, right? You can do that with the use of add-ons. Add-ons allow you to change all the 16 things on armor. But the actual base game infrastructure does not allow that much information to be transferred amongst the players that are playing the game right now. If you want to do this, what you can do is save it locally to your machine. So you use an add-on, it shows you with your perfect little glam, your character will appear that way, but information is not being sent to other players. That is the trick. Their infrastructure does not allow that kind of information to pass between
Wow,
players.
that
The foundation doesn't quite work. What the mobile
amount
game
of
is able to do
customization is
is
kinda
actually
nuts.
go in, change that base infrastructure, so even though the actual finished product looks exactly the same, no different whatsoever, the underlying structure allows them to do many more things. And you can imagine exactly why the main game players are a little miffed that the mobile version is seemingly superior in some ways.
Yeah.
Why does this exist over on my bloody mobile phone, on my tablet, instead of existing in the big main game I'm playing on my super
It's
expensive
because
PC.
they have old system and they wanted to make it work for freaking PlayStation 3, right? So they nerfed the game a little bit. Same thing for PC.
And there are a number of other examples of it. But this is a prime example of what we're talking about that WoW is trying to do and WoW might want to adopt is by remaking the whole game, changing all that base infrastructure, allowing a lot more doors to be open. The finished product looks the same, but it is absolutely not the same at the bottom and allows for so many more options. So with that said,
Sure, I mean, if it's like
perhaps
the League mobile one where everything's like more crisp and everything, I wouldn't mind that.
World of Warcraft 2, as in the box, the collector's edition, the expansion, the title itself will never exist. Instead, Blizzard has found a different way. Bit by bit, they're going to consume and overtake and replace all these old systems one by one. Or perhaps, when the credits roll on the World Soul Saga, we'll see a message. World of Warcraft, a realm reborn.
Alright. Yeah, this was my ending. Yeah, they took my ending. This was literally my ending, bro. Exactly the same. Yeah. Exactly. Dude, I got so much compliment for that animation I made. And that ending, everyone was asking if they could have that as a poster for their background.